Welcome back to another Conductor Thursday live stream. I am your host, ThemeParkConductor, and we are starting off tonight's Conductor Thursday with some very sad news going on in the last couple days. The last 3 days now, the city of LA has been going through what I describe is absolute hell, and it's something that we're all suffering about. Whether you live in the heart of LA, you live near LA, or you're somewhere in Southern California, my hearts and prayers go out to a lot of influencers, YouTubers, streamers that provide, videos, content, news, information, whether it's theme parks, everyday lifestyles, travel, just anything to inform their community on the topics they cover. I feel so horrible for them. I have been thankful enough to talk to many of them that I'm friends with, and they all seem to be doing okay at the moment. But my heart and prayers go out to them all. And I hope all of you watching tonight's Conductor Thursday live stream will share that prayer with me for them, because just as of, I think, an hour or two ago, a new fire broke out towards Ventura County and Woodland Hills. And then one of the main fires in LA is still at this moment zero contained. So that is that's just a very awful feeling for me and for everybody. And Universal Studios Hollywood has been closed the last 2 days. They closed Universal yesterday, obviously, because we had a spark up fire last night that was in the Hollywood Hills, burned a lot of acreage, burned some homes, apartment complexes, and it was, I think, a mile or two away from Universal. So they took precautions and closed Universal today as well. I don't know if they're going to close Universal tomorrow, but from posts from close friends of mine and close friends of the channel, apparently they had construction crews. They had construction crews there today working on the Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift project. They probably had construction crews there still continuing to paint the construction walls, going on up for the hotel project that's going to be happening very soon. But I just want to share that information. And we already got some people in the chat. Albert Rodriguez, good to see you, brother. I don't know if you live in Southern California. I don't think you do. But if you do, or if you have family there, my hearts and prayers go out to you. You said Universal just tweeted that they will reopen tomorrow. Well, that's a good thing. That's really good. I just don't know about the air quality, though. The air quality might be bad. Ian said, "What's going on, Conductor? Been a crazy couple of days." Yeah, it has. It's been a wild ride, even out here in where I'm at, which is on the edge of Riverside County and San Diego County. I could still feel the effects from the fire. Just the air quality is kind of bad over here as well. I can only imagine what it is in LA right now. So I am still trying to determine if I'm going to go to LA tomorrow for Universal or not, or kind of wait another 2 weeks and go back there. I'm just not sure yet. But again, I share my heart and prayers to everyone affected or anyone living in that area. So, yeah, it's absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. Albert Rodriguez, you said, no, I live in Texas, but my heart has been breaking for everyone left homeless in LA. Yeah. Yeah, it's something very, very bad. A lot of insurance companies aren't covering these people that have lost homes. So they're going to eventually be let back into their areas where their home once sat and realize they lost everything. And they have no way of trying to even begin to start to try to rebuild, which is just absolutely insane. Ian, you said I live around Glendale area and I have been on edge. Have some friends and Anita praying for everyone. Thank you for this nice diversion. I appreciate you guys joining. And again, anyone joining that's even close to the fires like Ian is in Glendale, which you're a lot closer than I am. I want to thank you guys for tuning into the channel, because I can't even imagine what you guys are going through right now. It must be just so devastating, so hurtful. Just I wouldn't even know where to even begin to start. So thank you for joining tonight's live stream, everybody, including Ian here. We're going to jump into some theme park news, but just to tie off this fire situation, if you are affected by the fires and you don't have any friends or loved ones nearby where you can stay and be away from the fire, I urge you to go on LA County's website. I don't know the direct link, but if you Google search it, apparently there are a lot of hotels in the LA area. Obviously not in the right in the thick of the fire, but in the LA area and the surrounding areas that are offering free hotel stay. Airbnb is opening sources where you could stay at an Airbnb for free. So definitely take advantage of that while you guys can. If your place got, destroyed by the fires. Now, obviously, if you're not in the LA area and you have nothing to do with this, then disregard that. But if you are, take advantage of it. If you're going through a devastating time right now with your home being destroyed. And also, just one more note before we jump to theme park news, because I know probably everyone's heard this all day long. If you don't live in the LA area and you're looking to be a looky-loo out there, I urge you, do not do that. The LA County Sheriff and the LAPD Commissioner went on multiple newscasts this morning, press conferences all day today, stating that if you don't belong there, they are going to issue a curfew, I guess, from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. If you don't belong in the areas that are affected, you will be subject to arrest. So please, if you don't belong there, don't go in those areas. Just don't. You're just going to cause yourself a whole bunch of problems. So don't do it. But without further ado, we're going to jump into some theme park news and kind of divert everybody away from this horrific situation. So I don't know how many of you guys have seen what's going on at Universal prior to this fire. Basically, there were situations. They added a new piece of track on the Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift Coaster. They've added even more brick theming on the side of the show building. They've also, and I'm going to show the video as well, Theme Park Obsession Dylan, great content creator. Definitely check him out on social media, YouTube, everything. He filmed a video the other day, and towards the end of his video, there was a section of the Woody Woodpecker parking lot where the supposed hotel is going to be built, and this is going to be one of two hotels being built at Universal Hollywood. This one in the Woody Woodpecker parking lot is supposed to be the high-end hotel, while the other one that's supposedly going in the H slot behind Curious George parking structure and where I Fly currently just last week or a couple days ago closed officially. It was actually January the 5th. Closed that location permanently. They are going to remove that location to make way for temporary security, I would guess. Why they have the whole front of the entrance where security sits now to be torn out and walled off for the hotel and for all the new infrastructure going in that area that's going to also coincide with the hotel. But iFly is closed, and we're going to get into all that because I have some opinions about City Walk as well. So I'm going to just show you guys straight off. Let me get to it real quick here. Okay, here we go. This is a picture. This is not the video. I'll show the video from Theme Park Obsession, but this is the video or picture here. As we can see, there's a bunch of lumber here, and on Dylan's video, which I'm going to show, it shows at least 2 or 3 construction guys painting the walls green, and these walls are only for a barricade to start construction in this parking lot that you see here, which is the Woody Woodpecker parking lot for one of 2 hotels being built on property. But you can see how much lumber they have to paint and then put up as a barricade. So they have a lot of painting to do. And obviously with these fires, it's not helping, it's delaying things. So I don't know how that's going to be. I don't know when they're going to resume it. Again, like I said, there were reports from friends on YouTube or on X that there were construction crews at Universal today. I don't know if they're working on the Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift project. I don't know if they're doing with painting these walls to get them up before they open tomorrow, which a couple of you have commented in the comments section. So I don't know what the deal is. I'm sure all the crews were safe that were there. Hopefully Universal, we don't know for sure, but hopefully Universal is paying them hazard pay, because I can only imagine the air quality is just horrible, and probably ash is just shooting everywhere. I don't know that for sure, so don't hold me to that, but I kind of feel that Universal should take care of these people that were at Universal today while it was closed, but that's a whole different subject. Albert, you said, I've been seeing reports that a lot of businesses are shutting down in City Walk. Yeah, we're going to get into that, Albert, because I do have some opinions on that. But like you said, or like I said, you can see a lot of lumber getting ready to get painted and then put up. Again, I have no confirmation if these walls are going to be up, by the time, by the time we all get back to the park tomorrow, because it's supposed to reopen tomorrow. So I don't know what is gonna happen. I really don't know. So Crystal and Chris, I know you guys were close to the fire. I'm so glad, so thankful I was able to hear that you guys are okay. My hearts and prayers go out to you and many other influencers and streamers, YouTubers, influencers that live in that area. I can't even imagine what the heck you guys are going through. A couple times watching the news today, I teared up. It was just very overwhelming. But you said, hey, Conductor, good to see you. Yeah, we heard team leads other work today to keep the park clean and rides still circling here and there. It was a normal day minus guests. Well, that's good to know. That's really good to know. Again, I kind of feel on if they didn't have a lot of team members, again, it depends how many team members they had on site. I do kind of feel they should be paid hazard pay just because of the elements that they're put into. But again, that's another topic for another day. We'll see what's coming in the coming days. And thank you. Yes, we are safe. Stopping by to hit that like button. Again, Crystal and Chris, thank you so much for tuning into the channel. Um, I think you were saying on X earlier that your power has been out. Correct me if I'm wrong, but your power has been out. So the mere fact that you guys are watching me right now on YouTube is I'm just astonished that you guys have taken the time to do that. And again, hopefully the power gets restored to you and many other people that are in dire need of it for sure. Um, but let's go back to Albert Rodriguez's question for a minute. Albert, and I'm going to read your comment again. You said, I've been seeing reports that a lot of businesses are shutting down at City Walk. Albert, from what I heard, and again, this is just pure speculation, pure rumor, was that, again, like when Epic Universe officially opens in May, so we're talking 5 months from now, probably even a little less for press and special guests and whatnot, but 5 months for the general public. I heard, first of all, a lot of Universal Creative that have been working on Epic Universe from the very beginning, from the very first shovel that was put into the ground to now. Once Epic Universe opens, all those Universal Creatives will be moving back to Hollywood and really ramping up Hollywood. Not only for the Olympics, but just to ramp up and bring new experiences like the 2 on-site hotels, hopefully new infrastructure to the entry gates, because I feel that's needed. The whole thumbprint scanner thing is ancient to me. I think we need to get in real time here. I don't feel like the thumbprint scanners need to be around anymore. I really don't. They're ancient, so they need to go away. I would like to see the facial recognition, especially like the Disneyland Resort's getting now. So I can't see why Universal Hollywood can't get them. Universal Orlando has them. So hopefully that happens. But back to your comment, alongside bringing Universal Creative from Epic Universe once it opens to Hollywood to ramp up projects like Fast and Furious, possibly new lands, attractions coming to Universal Hollywood in the next 5 to 10 years. They're coming back to Hollywood from what I understand. The other thing is the Universal creative team responsible for Universal Orlando's City Walk will be coming over to our City Walk and completely revamping our City Walk entirely. So the reason why we are seeing these closures could possibly be is a lot of Orlando-based restaurants, shops, experiences could be coming to our City Walk Hollywood location. One, if I had to say one not experience, but kind of like a hangout place I would like to see come to Hollywood for our City Walk would be a Red Coconut Club. I always see posts on X, on social media, that every single holiday, the Red Coconut Club out in Orlando's City Walk is always celebrating whatever holiday it might be. It does cater to past members, so they do have past member events in that location. They have private parties. So I can't see why we can't get a version of that at our City Walk. It's also been rumored that we might get Cowfish at our City Walk. Several other Orlando-based restaurants that are at their City Walk can come over to our Hollywood. Could come to our Hollywood City Walk. So who knows? So we'll have to wait and see. Albert, you said so we can be getting a Red Coconut Club. Well, I won't say that indefinitely. I won't say that like we're guaranteed to get it. I'm saying it's possible. I would like to see it myself, because it seems like if what I heard is true, and again, what I heard is pure speculation. It's not confirmed by no reason whatsoever. But from what I heard, both Universal creative teams, one responsible for Epic Universe, the theme park itself, and the other one responsible for Orlando City Walk, just shopping, dining, retail. Both teams are going to be coming to Hollywood and revamping Hollywood. That's what I heard. Again, do not hold me to that because I have no confirmation on that. It's just what I have heard. So take that with a grain of salt. But I would really hope to God that's the case. And then basically, this was another post by Inside Universal on January the 6th. Said a new sign was placed inside Jurassic Park garage informing guests of renovations around the area, rumored to be security checkpoint overhauls. So, as many of you well know or probably don't know, who knows, with the hotel getting built in the Woody Woodpecker parking lot, it's going to be taking over where security sits now. So security is going to be moving to 3 vital locations. I think 1 or 2 of them or at least one of them is going to be in City Walk itself. The other 2 are going to be in parking structures. They probably will add more to where it's like Disney, where they have all security and all parking structures. Because you have to think about it. Universal has multiple parking structures. They have E.T., they have Curious George, they have Jurassic, they have Frankenstein. So I can imagine multiple security checkpoints. And this, by them doing that, creates a bubble where guests can go through security at the parking structures. So if they bring something in they're not supposed to, or security doesn't want them to bring in, they're close to their vehicle, they could just walk back real quick, throw it in the car, and then come back and they'll be fine. They could walk through City Walk and then walk right to the front gate of Universal and get in without hassle. Because right now it's a pinch point with security where it sits today. And with them moving security to the parking structures to City Walk, it's going to create a bubble where it's going to bring hopefully a lot of nighttime entertainment back to Universal City Walk Hollywood that is desperately needed, that was once a staple of that location. I do have to say, though, there is another problem we do face. And the problem we do face as of this minute is that Universal Hollywood, their infrastructure for parking, the rules that they have is unjust. They need to fix and correct. And what I mean by that is, and I talked to Mr. Webba about this. I had him on last week's Conductor Thursday live stream. Definitely go check that out. It was 3 hours, so it is a long live stream. But at one point we were talking about how I went to the Eve event, my very first time going to Eve at Universal Hollywood, and I was just blown away with just the atmosphere. We had 3 different DJs, one in the Grinchmas area, another one in the Simpsons area, a DJ that was above the Quickie Mart, and then another one on the lower lot next to where you meet Blue. There was a DJ there as well, and they were just going hard with the music. It was awesome. And I met up with Mondo, Five Fires. Great guy. I really, really respect Mondo a lot. And I told him, I said, well, here's the deal. I left here from where I live, and I literally got to Universal very quickly, but it was after 6 p.m. It was around like 7:15, 7:30. And as soon as I pull up to the ticketing booth for parking, I showed my ID, which you're supposed to do, and I showed my platinum pass, which you're supposed to do if you're going to try to get free parking. They want to see your ID, so it matches your pass. So I said, okay, here you go. And they said, well, it's after 6 p.m., so we have to charge you $35. So I said, well, how's that possible? Because basically this is a ticketed event. And as a platinum pass holder, you know, I get a free admission to Eve. I shouldn't have to pay for parking. And there were about 5-10 cars behind me. I didn't want to create a fuss. Luckily, I I paid it and I went, and I had a blast. The next morning, I called Universal and I explained my situation, and I must have talked to 3 or 4 levels of management between supervisors and managers, 3 or 4 levels. And they basically told me at the very end, hey, we've done all we could. You paid the money and we can't refund you. That's just reality. So with doing that, I kind of feel like that was a problem. And I kind of feel if this is the situation we're going to be looking at, especially with the new After Dark events that we're going to be getting, FanFest nights with, Star Trek, and you got Back to the Future, you got Harry Potter, you got, uh, I can't even say the anime nights because I don't want to butcher it. But you got those as well. It makes me wonder as a platinum pass holder, if I go to any of these events, do I have to show up super early just to get free parking? And I really hope Universal Hollywood addresses this problem, because it is a problem. If I'm going to be a top tier pass member, that I'm paying the highest amount out of all the tiers, it should not matter what time I show up to an event. I should be able to get free parking. That needs to be addressed. It's just, it was a bad moment, and I didn't want to ruin it because I live so far away. I didn't want to have to turn back and say, you know what, I'm screw this, I'm leaving. No, I was too far. I lived too far, so I said, you know what, I'll just pay it. I'll call Universal in the morning to see if I could try to get my money back, and that was unsuccessful. So just keep that in mind. I don't know if they're going to fix that problem, or if they do fix that problem, but do keep in mind, if you go to FanFest nights or any After Dark events, clarify with Universal before you go and find out for sure. And that's the mistake I did. Clarify if you get free parking if you show up after 6 p.m. Because I kind of feel that I shouldn't have checked. That was partially my fault. But then again, having a free admission to Eve and it being a paid event, which was sold out, basically I should not have to pay for parking. That was unacceptable, but that's besides the point. But obviously they're doing works to Jurassic Park Garage. I can imagine they're going to be doing work to E.T., Curious George, Frankenstein. So just do keep that in mind. We also see 2 massive closures that I talked about. At least one of them, iFly, closed on January the 5th. The Crepe Cafe, I think, closed on the 6th or the 5th. I can't even remember. Just absolutely devastating. Abercrombie and Finch. I don't know how many of you guys been to Universal City Walk, but if you have, you know how big that footprint is for Abercrombie and Finch. That right there, I don't even know what they're going to do with that building. That is supposed to be closing, I don't know, in the next couple weeks. I don't even know what they're going to put there, quite frankly. And then there's just another picture of, iFly. Again, it's closed, so you can't experience it anymore. But, I think there was a picture I want to show you guys. Okay, so these are courtesy of Theme Park Obsession. This is the new track right here. This has been here for a little while, but this is the new piece that just went up not too long ago, or just the other day, actually. And then you can see more rebar is going up, so this wall could be going higher. I don't think it is, though, but it could be. And then they added the catwalks, which is pretty incredible. Um, yeah, it's just, Universal is changing. And I kind of feel, I kind of feel that Universal is going through a massive transformation and it needs to happen. And then again, this is from the fires from the backlot courthouse square. I guess the winds were so bad they ripped a tree out. Not man-made. The wind did that, which is I can't even freaking imagine the wind force that it took to rip that tree out. And then you got all this smoke here and whatnot. That's just absolutely nuts. Just want to answer a question here from Albert Rodriguez. If the Orlando people are coming to Hollywood to redesign City Walk, could we finally get a real tribute store? Again, if that rumor is true, I don't see why not. I kind of feel, well, let me ask you guys something real quick. And give me 1 second. I got to grab my remote. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I have to ask you guys, when Universal Hollywood opened the tribute store for Epic Universe at our City Walk, did any of you feel that that was just completely out of place, and why would they do that? Did anyone ask that question, like, in the back of your mind, like, why is this even here? I get it for the merch, because there are some very cool merch items in that location right now with Dark Universe merch. You got, I think they have Donkey Kong merch in there. I can't swear that. They also have How You Train Your Dragon merch, some other merch in there. But did any of you think that that Epic Universe tribute store that usually is taken over by Grinchmas and an HHN tribute store, do any of you think that was completely out of place? Because I do. That was just kind of weird in my opinion. But what do you guys think? Post in the comments. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see, Albert, what happens with that. But I would guess so if the rumors are true. Tommy Toon World, Conductor Thursdays for the win. What's up, bro? What's up, Tommy? Always great to have Tommy Toon World on the channel. Again, he's one of our great moderators. Shout out to Tommy. He's creating some great videos, great content, and I think he's going to be out here in SoCal coming up in the next week or so for Lunar New Year at Disneyland. So definitely tune into his channel to check out all that amazing content. Albert, you said, I never thought of it as a tribute store, more just a regular shop. Yeah. But again, I just kind of feel that the Epic Universe tribute store that got put in our City Walk was kind of weird. It was, it's weird. It's definitely weird. But without further ado, let's jump to, let's see. I just wanted to share this too. This is, again, a friend of the channel, Universal High, great content creator when it comes to X, posting about the past of Universal with attractions, shows, characters, restaurants, rides, attractions, stuff like that. Stuff on the studio tour. Shout out to Universal High for that. But apparently, like I said earlier, there were construction crews on site. So possibly whoever goes to Universal Hollywood tomorrow can see updates. Maybe with track, maybe with the more brick on the show building. Who knows? But you have to imagine, though. You see this right here. Obviously they have crew members at Universal Hollywood, but do you see all that black smoke? How scary that is! I can't even imagine being there. That's like HHN vibes times 100. That's scary to me. to sit there and be walking around the lower lot like that and just see black smoke almost everywhere. That's well, I can't even imagine that. That is completely scary to me. Um, and again, this is the fire. I'm not going to dive too much more deep into that, but for everyone joining tonight's live stream, if you're affected by the fires, my hearts and prayers go out to you all, and hopefully you're staying with loved ones. If not, and you're staying in your car with your pets, hopefully you have your pets and valuable possessions with you. Again, I know service is spotty. Apparently, there was some talks by Elon Musk about sending Starlink into the area for cell reception, because I know right now they've been reporting almost all day that cell reception in the city of LA and even in that area is very spotty. So definitely everyone be safe. Whether you're in the LA area, surrounding the LA area, or where I'm at, where it's Riverside County, just be vigilant. Be vigilant, because you just don't know. Embers can fly miles and miles and miles and spark something. So just stay vigilant. And if officials are telling you to evacuate, don't hesitate. Get the heck out of there. It's not worth your life. It really isn't. Ian said, "Thanks, Conductor. Love talking theme parks. Been a rough week and just enjoy distractions." Yeah, I again, I live in SoCal, so it's hurtful to me, even though I'm not close to LA, because I have a lot of fond memories of LA, including Universal. So, and I have friends that live in LA, so it's not something that I'm taking lightly either. Ian said, excited for the new bride at Haunted Mansion next week. Yeah. Now I want to jump into that just for a second. The Haunted Mansion bride, is she going to be a meet and greet character? Because again, I haven't been to Disneyland since 2022, so it's almost been 2.5 years since I've been there. So or actually 2021 was the last time I was at Disneyland, right after COVID happened and they reopened the parks. That's when I was there last. It's been quite some time. But I do know they posted a sipper, and I do have a video on the review of the Haunted Mansion gift shop, which is getting a lot of criticism for as well. So we're gonna watch that video. You know what? Let's do this. Let's talk a little more Universal. You know what, Tommy? I did go to Disney in 23. You're right, I did. That was for Star Wars night, but I paid for that event. I did not use my magic key because I didn't have a magic key at the time. I got a great offer though to buy a ticket, so I bought it. Let's see. Again, this is Dylan's video, and I'm gonna post we're gonna watch this video from Dylan right now. But let's see. Ian, you had a question. Ian, you said, has anyone heard if Universal is doing Lunar New Year's stuff this year? I haven't heard anything, but I would guess they are doing something. Right now, the main Universal Studios store in City Walk has an overlay for SNL. If you don't know what SNL is Saturday Night Live. They're celebrating their 50th anniversary. So they do have the whole outside decorated in SNL 50. And they do have some SNL 50 merch. So I don't know for sure. Hopefully they do. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. But again, this is theme park obsession. There's so many of us called theme park, and then the third name obviously is different. But theme park obsession. This is courtesy of him showing the new track piece that went in, showing the catwalks that went in. I don't know about these catwalks. These catwalks kind of look discolored. Hopefully they repaint them to the charcoal gray to match the rest of the track and the layout. So I don't know if they're going to remove these and go offsite and repaint them or what they're going to do. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I'm gonna jump here to the let's see. So this from the other side. I'm just jumping because we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to talk about. There's that flat area here where they've leveled it out. They have a cherry picker right there. Obviously, probably for more track installment, maybe getting ready to put the scream shields up. Probably more track installment first before they think about putting the scream shields up. So that's what I'm guessing this is. That's what that area is for now. Bunch of huge transformers, as you can see. There must be, God, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 big transformers for the attraction, the power of the attraction. So, and this is just another angle of it. Look at that turn right there, man. That, I don't know about you guys, but that looks sick right there. That looks absolutely amazing. But I have to tell you that looks sick. I can't even emphasize how much it's going to be so much fun to ride this coaster. I am so looking forward to it. I cannot even tell you. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Again, the wind was blowing hard this day. This was, I think, 4 days ago. So just before the fire broke out. But really, really windy Santa Ana winds. And we all are suffering because whenever the Santa Ana winds come, I either feel fine or I start getting horrendous headaches. So it kind of sucks. This building here, I'm guessing it's going to host some type of power unit or facility for the coaster. I don't think it's going to be any type of theming element. I think it's going to be for utility purposes for the coaster. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And of course we get, the lovely ads that everyone loves. We're just gonna, and this is the current process of the Hillside project. I want to point out something. I talked to a friend of mine, Theme Park Wizard, who I always call the GOAT of permits. This guy is on top of permits when it comes to theme parks and stuff like that. From what he told me, this Hillside project has 2 phases. One phase is what we're seeing now where they're land clearing and they're going to be putting up a massive retaining wall. Now, I've heard 2 different things. One is, and this is just recent from Theme Park Wizard and others, that in this area here, which usually has an HHN house, there were orange spray paint markings on the ground showing possible construction in that area. Possibly. Again, I'm not a contractor. I'm not a construction person, so I can't say for sure. But it was talked about that these facilities here are going to be relocated to this hillside. And this is going to get removed and moved to the hillside here, which would free up this spot for a studio tour load and unload area. That's the newest talk going on now. The other talk was that they were going to flatten this hillside, which they are doing, from this street here 100 feet up. And then a massive retaining wall is going to go up, which it still is. And what's going to happen is they're going to build a studio tour load and unload right here on the hill. Well, not on the hill, but where the hill sits right now. And that was going to happen. I don't know how true that is. We'll just have to wait and see. But phase one of this project, they are digging in this hillside about 100 feet from the street that you see up the hill, and then build a massive retaining wall. That's phase one of the project. So just keep that in mind. And then, like I said, you know, we're just looking at this. That's a big facility, HVAC area. I don't know if that's necessarily needed for the lower lot. If it's not, I'd rather just see that whole thing go. But again, I'm not a construction person. I'm not, you know, a contractor or any of that. So I don't know if that's vital to any of the sound stages around, or the Mummy building itself, or even the restaurants and retail location that's in front of the Mummy. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. And then Waterworld is going through a massive transformation as well. It's going through a refurb, so it's going to be closed for a little while. So we'll have to wait and see what type of refurbishments they do to Waterworld, whether it's just cosmetic or something completely else. We'll have to wait and see. And then Dylan's talking about, and again, I'm not playing the sound because I don't want to be copyrighted, so that's why I'm not playing the sound. But he's talking about the new Lion Friends Square that's next to the Karma Luck that just recently opened in the last year or so. And then you got the Dodgers clubhouse right here. And I don't know if he's going to go right, but right here to the right, that open area is supposed to be one of 3 security checkpoint areas going to be constructed. So do keep that in mind if you do see walls go up in that area as well. This is the Crepe Cafe that I was talking about earlier. It closed down. I never ate in there, but it seemed like it was always consistently busy at times. I don't know how good the food was. If anyone's eating there, post in the comments. But I haven't eaten there myself. But, and then look at this, Abercrombie and Finch. Again, like I said earlier, look how big this massive footprint is. I don't even know what the hell they would even put in there. I don't know if it's going to be for guest purposes, like another dining location, another retail spot. I don't know if it's going to be multi-use for multiple retail spots. I don't know. But right above where he's showing right now is all Universal offices for creatives, for Universal employees. So again, I don't know what this footprint's going to be. This was a Dong Po a sushi restaurant. It's been closed for quite some time now. That's supposedly rumored to be Cowfish. Again, no confirmation on that. We're looking at iFly right now, which closed on January the 5th. And to the left of that, I don't remember if Dylan's going to show it, but to the left of that, you got a big gate to the backstage area. From what I heard, this backstage area, which is kind of off to the left of the screen here, they are supposedly going to turn that into a temporary security checkpoint to get into the theme park. And we're going to be escorted behind Hogwarts and go in by Filch's Emporium, which many of you probably do know. We use that back entrance of the back of Hogsmeade where Filch's Emporium is, and the Flight of the Hippogriff mini coaster to go to the back area to go down to the Curious George little H-Lot area where they usually have 2 HHN houses. Supposedly we're going to be led through these gates that you can't really see, but it's to the left, and we're going to be led into Hogwarts as a temporary entrance into the theme park. Because from what I'm understanding, once the construction crews, and you'll see it on the video here, and I'll point it out again when we get to it. Once the crews get the walls up for the hotel, security is no longer going to be accessible. So I don't know if they're going to be building temporary security entrance or a temporary security entrance in this area right here in the days following as of today to get that ready. It could be possible. I again, don't hold me to that, but it could be possible. And again, I'm not playing the sound because, again, of copyright issues. I want to ask you guys though, and I asked Mondo this on Eve when I met up with him. If Universal Hollywood cannot fix the parking situation, because right now, not even my situation that I talked about, but just situations in general. Most of the restaurants do not validate. So right off the bat, you guys are paying. Right off the bat, you guys are paying basically $35 to park. You're paying $35 right off the bat to park. That's not including how much you guys are going to pay for food. So let's say you go to, I don't know, Twosomes, for example. You have a family of 4. That's going to cost you probably about $250. I would guess $250 to eat there by the time you're done with drinks, food, all that stuff. And let's say your kids want to shop at one of the gift shops or store locations, retail. You're looking at a $300, $400, $500 night. So that's kind of crazy. Again, this is what I am. This is what I wanted to show right here. Dylan is showing that construction crews are painting the lumber walls that you see right here that I showed on my X account when we first started this live stream. The green walls are construction walls, and these are going to be, I'm guessing, I don't have 100% confirmation. I'm guessing these walls are going to be for the hotel project, but they're currently painting them green. I don't know if that's just the color scheme they went with. I don't know if there's a reason why they're painting them green. If anyone knows, post in the comments. I'm curious, but basically, I they have a lot of lumber to paint. That's why I'm guessing they had construction crews on site today to continue to paint these alongside working on the Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift project. Possibly even building a temporary security next to iFly. Again, I don't know this for sure, but just talking about it, you guys can clearly see, and I mean clearly see, that Universal is not screwing around. And the fact that they would have construction crews on property today with fires basically not all around them, but close to them, is crazy. But again, I get it. Universal, whether, and this goes with any theme park, but mainly Universal. And I've said this time and time again, whether it's on my channel or on another YouTuber's channel, I've said time and time again, when Universal wants to build something, they don't screw around. They get the permits they need and they build. They don't mess around. They don't screw around. They hire the correct people that need to be in charge of these projects, and they get it done when they want to get it done. As we can see with the Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift project, a lot of people are saying that we could see ride testing happening by the time HHN starts in early September or late August. So, the fact that they're moving that fast is, I can't even tell you how mind-blowing that is to me to sit there and watch that. But again, shout out to Dylan, Theme Park Obsession. Again, great friend of the channel, filming this for us. I'm super excited. Again, I don't know if I'll be going to Universal tomorrow. I want to go, but again, I want to be precautious of any fire flare-ups or just the air quality itself. I'm just not 100% sure if I want to go. I may go, but again, I'm not swearing to that. I'll probably wait another 2 weeks from now and then go. So I probably will wait until then because more progress will have been done on not only this, which is probably for the hotel, but also City Walk with iFly, possibly under construction of being deconstructed with walls around it, and possibly the security checkpoint being built there, not a permanent but temporary. And then just all the other updates going on. So I might wait another 2 weeks for this to happen, just so the air quality kind of clears out, and just just to make sure that there's no other flare ups. So we'll have to see. Um, Tommy, I want to answer your question because you said, should I bail on Lunar New Year next Friday? No, no, no. So I want to reiterate because Tommy, again, I'm not going to reveal your location, but Tommy, I can assure you that Disneyland is completely safe. Um, I'm just saying Universal is kind of questionable, especially with the air quality. So I would say that Disneyland is fine. Universal is questionable, at least with the air quality. Disneyland is fine. So I think you should go and film those awesome, amazing hit or miss videos that your lovely community loves. I love as well. So no worries there, brother. You should be fine at Disneyland for sure. Um, but again, I don't know if I'll be going to Universal tomorrow. I think I'm going to wait it out. But I will be keeping an eye on everything that's going on at Universal because I'm sure that there are going to be some content creators at Universal tomorrow. The film, just updates and whatnot. I don't know if I'll go. I'll let everybody know on X or whatever tonight if I do decide to go. But again, I'm not 100% sure if I will. I probably won't. But with that going on, we're gonna jump to Disneyland. Some Disney news that's going on, and I want to read this. That park place, I was very honored. I think it was about a week or two ago. I was able to go on their show and talk to them about Universal Hollywood and just the theme parks in general, what's going on. So I was very happy to be on their show. Shout out to them for inviting me on the show. Always had I always have a blast being on content creator shows. So hopefully I can come back soon because it was a lot of fun. But again, this is courtesy of That Park Place. It says the title says Disneyland Haunted Mansion gift shop ridiculed by guest after disastrous reveal. So we're gonna read this and go from there. It says when construction walls came down around the Disneyland Haunted Mansion gift shop, fans were astonished that one of the best themed attractions in the history of theme parks will have its merchandise sold from a plain, ordinary green Carnage house, which absolutely no external theming. I have to say, looking at this building, it looks completely out of place. And I agree with every single YouTuber that has done a video on this, including That Park Place that did a video on this. It looks absolutely out of place. It has no theming whatsoever. What, a couple lanterns and a sign. That big deal. The whole building itself looks like something you can buy at Home Depot, which is basically a big giant shed. I don't agree with that. It does not look eye appealing to me. It looks like an eyesore, personally. But it says the new merchandise location sits near Tiana's Bayou Adventure. It's supposedly themed after Madame Leona's the resident psychic and ghost conjurer of the Haunted Mansion. The building is unassumingly bland, structure that showcases no external character, truly a baffling decision by Disney Imagineering for a location connection to such an iconic, instantly recognizable Disney IP. Retired Imagineer Jim Scholl echoed these sentiments on X when he voiced his disappointment at the new Disneyland Haunted Mansion gift shop. Jim Scholl said, "Reminds me of Dorothy's house in Wizard of Oz. Dropped from the sky to land where it did unconnect to any surrounding it." Yeah, well, I would agree with that. Reminds me, well, I'm not going to read that. I didn't realize they typed it out. But it says Scholl wasn't the only one disappointed. Disney fans on X ridiculed the new merchandise location for its lack of any resembling theming. It's just terrible. X uses Seek Jubot said in a post reposting the show, it just slightly better than a prefab might find winding its way along the road in remote areas on the back of a truck. In fact, it is reminiscent of a garbage or a garden shed. It's definitely out of place, completely messes with scale. I just don't understand how even got approved. Yeah, well, I don't get it either. Again, it looks like a giant glorified shed you could buy from Home Depot or order from Home Depot. Just absolutely crazy. Yeah, you could see the comparison. I don't get it. It says X user Kevin was the punchline summed it up nicely, saying that the new location was but worse. Walt Disney World's Haunted Mansion gift shop sits near the Haunted Mansion attraction at Liberty Square. It's also themed to Madame Leota. However, is a unique shade of blue that makes it stand out from the rest of Liberty Square. Sorry, I'm not saying the first part. I just feel embarrassed myself trying to butcher that. It says it also features a theme sign with a large eye, helping it blend in with the mansion's spooky aesthetic. It also says why it's possible Disney will add more theming closer to the store's opening, which to this very day they have not. At the moment, the only theming present at Disneyland Haunted Mansion gift shop is on the single remaining construction wall, which features concept art of the shop and a note from Madame Leota. Soon I shall be returning once more. The note reads, with haunting treasures and wonders galore. It's almost appropriate that the new gift shop sits besides Tiana's Bayou Adventure. The new Disneyland attraction just had a disastrous opening day that saw the log flume replacement of Splash Mountain down for 7 hours throughout the day. Do you think there will be more theming added to the Disneyland Haunted Mansion gift shop? Will it more closely resemble its counterpart in Walt Disney World? Sound off and let us know. Well, I want to ask you guys in the chat, anyone watching, do you guys think that this glorified Home Depot shed, as I'm going to call it, do you think it's going to get any more theming? I really hope it does, because it completely looks out of place here, and I mean completely out of place. So post in the comments what you guys think, and we're about 3/4 of the way done with the video. I just want to say real quick, if you haven't smashed that like button, smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. I have all the links down in my description. By anyone that isn't subscribed to the channel, subscribing to the channel, it helps me out to create better content for you guys. and smashing that like button also helps as well. So I would appreciate the support, and I appreciate you guys. Many of you that are going through a difficult time right now, especially many of you that are in the LA area or have friends or family that are in the LA area. I appreciate all of you tuning in tonight. Everyone tuning in tonight, shout out to all of you. You guys are absolutely amazing, incredible. I love all you guys. You guys are amazing. And thank you for all the great support you guys offer to me. It means the world to me. But continuing, is this is courtesy of Fresh Baked. He posted a post from Theme Park IQ. This is the new Haunted Mansion Bride Sipper coming to Harbor Gallery on January the 8th, which actually, if I'm not mistaken, was yesterday. So I don't know if this sold out quick or not. I'm assuming it did. So if you haven't gotten your sipper, or if you haven't gotten your Haunted Mansion Bride Sipper and you see it available, grab it before it's gone. That's all I gotta say, because it looks highly collectible for sure. But without further ado, we're gonna play Fresh Bake video of the Haunted Mansion. And if you guys want to point anything out, comment on anything you guys see on the screen, post in the comments and we'll talk about it, okay? But again, this is courtesy of Fresh Baked. Again, he's shooting right now just everything that's going on with Avengers Campus, the expansion going to be happening, I think, in this month or next month. They're testing more of the front gates. They don't have all of the features available for the front gates. Those screens are not working currently, so they still have cast members scanning people's either magic key ticket or whatever it might be, but it is going a little bit faster. But hopefully they get all the features and everything ready to go. Like you can see here, with those things are supposedly able to scan your phone or your magic band if you have one of those still. And the screen has like a little camera on top. You can kind of vaguely see it. Basically the camera on the screen is supposed to look at you like you guys are looking at me right now, where it's facial recognition and supposed to recognize you in the system and let you through. So hopefully they get all the features up and running very soon here. But I'm just gonna kind of skip through here because I'm trying to get to the Haunted Mansion area. Again, gotta love those ads. I hate ads. Drives me nuts. But let's see. Skipping on through here. Skipping on through. Again, he's showing let me go back just for a second. Again, Avengers Campus. Again, two brand new attractions of Avengers Infinity Defense, which is the main e-ticket attraction, coming to Avengers Campus. Also, Stark Flight Labs, which is going to be sharing that building, which is another additional attraction that none of us were actually expecting we were going to get. I guess new permits were filed in the last month or so. Basically, sharing that construction is going to start here in the next month or so for these two new attractions. So we're going to be definitely seeing movement from back here, and we're going to be seeing David and a bunch of influencers probably getting on that giant Ferris wheel, Pixar pal around to take a look back there like David's doing now to see what we can see back there, because obviously you can't see anything from backstage on the ground. So that's why you're going to see David doing a lot of video content from up there. Me personally, I haven't gained the courage to do that yet, but for the sake of content creation and Disney Park news, once I get a magic key again, I will have to brave it out and do it. But But again, he's just going over everything that's going on. And I don't know if they open. No, they still have construction walls there. I don't know what they're doing back there, quite frankly. I don't know if it's seating. I don't know if it's something infrastructure. I don't know. I don't know what the hell that's all about. Looks like some new construction walls are where the extended queue of Little Mermaid is. Um, David's pointing out Grizzly River Run is closing for its annual refurbishment, and this is typical during the winter season for water attractions like this to close. So they've definitely general maintenance and some other stuff they're going to address, I'm sure, that they need to fix. So definitely something to look at. And then Wonderful World of Sweets, the new sign got installed. It looks bright and it looks bright. It looks awesome. They did a great job on the sign. Don't get me wrong, but it's still not open yet. I don't know when they're going to open it. They shouldn't open it by now. So the fact that they have the sign, the fact that the windows are decored and everything, it can open any day now. I know Parkside Market opened just the other day, so Parkside Market is completely open now. And Parkside Market has multiple dining locations inside of it. It's a multi-purpose building. As David's shown here, Tortilla Joe's old old building is still not behind construction walls. Still nothing going on with it. It's supposed to be rumored to be ripped out, and 2 new locations are supposed to go in that spot and that footprint. A really high-end steakhouse and a barbecue joint. So I don't know when that's going to go behind construction walls. Obviously, he's shown that Cletus's hot chicken is gone. I don't know if they got relocated or they're just gone for good. So that's an update in itself. And then obviously this video is a little old, like I think a week old or some, but there are new construction walls in front of the monorail. The monorail is closed. So if you try to get on the monorail from City Walk, or I'm sorry, Downtown Disney or in Tomorrowland, the monorail is closed, but there are new construction walls in front of the station in Downtown Disney because they are updating the turnstiles to match the one at the Disneyland Resort gates. So they are updating that as well. So do keep that in mind. If you're wanting to ride the monorail, it is closed. And again, this video is old because Parkside Market is open. It is open. It's not behind construction walls anymore. It is open for everybody. So do keep that in mind. ESPN Zone. It is behind construction walls as well. I don't know. Supposedly there was a permit filed for multiple retail spots to go in this massive building. They've been using this building since it closed, and it was the ESPN Zone. They closed it, and it's been using for storage for merchandise, supplies. Also been used for for I think employee break rooms. I think personally, for me, I would like to see them restore this building back to ESPN. I still kind of feel ESPN is still relevant, but I know they won't. I kind of wish they wouldn't just repurpose this building. I kind of just wish they would just rip it out if they're going to do that, and put something useful like a Parkside Market, but a building that hosts multiple retail locations, and that is basically a generic looking building like the park site, like the bowling alleys. So if new retailers or new companies want to, or new businesses want to come in, they don't have to change too much to the building to accommodate the new business. Obviously, Sandwich is going to be getting constructed very soon, so definitely stay tuned for that. That area is behind construction walls, and that's behind Parkside Market, behind the two retail locations. So, but I kind of just feel like ESPN Zone. I feel like they either need to restore it back to the ESPN Zone or just tear down the building and build like a multi-use building for retail and dining if they're going to do that. I kind of just feel like the ESPN Zone building is way out of place if they're not going to restore it back to ESPN. And then alongside the Rainforest Cafe, many have said that building should get removed as well because that's heavily themed. But I kind of feel like they can make an Indiana Jones restaurant. They have Disney IPs where they can theme that whole building to a Disney IP restaurant. Whatever that might be, I don't know. They could do it though. It's not impossible. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that. I'm just gonna kind of skip through here because I'm trying to get to the Haunted Mansion gift shop here, and bear with me, guys, just for a minute here. Just trying to get to that spot in the video. It's a long video. It's like 30 minutes. But I just want to show you guys. Okay, here we go. Oh, I guess it wasn't open at the time. I thought he was able to go in there. So I might have to show another YouTuber's video on it. But there was some concept art that basically there was an art piece inside Madame Leona's gift shop that people started investigating and found out that was AI art. Now I have to ask you guys, with all the talented Walt Disney Imagineering, why would the Walt Disney Company feel like they need to cop out, cheap out, and buy a AI art that they bought off the internet and try to make it their own? Why would Disney feel like they needed to do that? That was completely unnecessary. I don't know why they did that. And then as we're watching on the screen, as a side note, this is Walt Disney World, the Rivers of America. You can see a big crane on the side of Thunder Mountain. Their Thunder Mountain is actually closed as of right now for a year-long refurbishment. There was a clip on X posted, I think, yesterday, showing that they had the crane lift a section of track out of the traction, and they're replacing all the track, from what I understand. But going back to this AI art, I don't get why Disney feels like they need to do that. I'm not 100% sure why they felt they needed to do that. So it makes no sense to me. Why did they feel they needed to do that? I don't get it. Let me see if I can find a video on that gift shop, because I do want to show it. If I can find it, I do want to show it. And if anyone has any idea on who filmed a video, a walkthrough of Madame Leona's, post in the comments, because I'm not 100% sure who filmed it. I thought Mondo might have, but I don't think he did. Let's see if JP did. I don't think he did either. Let me find out for you guys, because I want to show it, because it kind of looks... The inside, I'm not gonna lie. The inside looks absolutely incredible. It looks absolutely incredible by far. But the outside, again, it reminds me of a Home Depot shed, and it drives me absolutely insane that they even thought that was a good idea to even walk in there. I don't I don't get why they would feel they needed to do that. Why? I don't understand that. They might have that Park Place might have walked in there. So we're gonna watch this video because um I don't know. They're talking about it here. I don't think they're showing it. Uh, they're just talking about it. I'm trying to see if there is an actual video. Let me see. Let me type it. Let me find out here. Give me 1 second, guys. Let's see if we can find someone that has posted it. Oh, here we go. They posted it. So we're gonna watch this, and again, I'm not playing the sound because I don't want to be hit with the copyright. But you're looking at the Haunted Mansion right now, heavily themed, and then you're looking at this Home Depot style building, which I still have issues with it. But the sign looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, the sign looks pretty awesome. They did a good job on the sign, but well, I think they're gonna show that controversial art that's on that wall that Disney has removed. The inside, again, the inside looks incredible. They aged the wood, the roof very well, so that's very awesome. Again, some of the signage is very awesome how they did it. So kudos to Walt Disney Imagineering for that. And a lot of cool merch. A lot of cool merch. So that's very awesome. You know, again, I just have a problem on how the building was laid out, because usually all attractions, they have the exit go right, the exit for the attraction go right into the gift shop, and this was kind of off to the I think the left of the exit, so it's kind of weird. um I don't know if it's that art right there. I don't think it is, or it's the one to the right. um that was basically AI generated. I think it was that one. It was that one right there. I'm pretty damn sure that a lot of people said, "Wait a second, I could find this on the internet for $50. Why? Why?" Again, I have a problem with that. You have all these great Imagineers that have been with the company for so long, that are so great at what they do, drawing illustration of cartoon, whether it's Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck, Goofy, um, Pluto, just to name a few, for example. I don't understand why they felt like they needed to buy AI generated art from a website. I think that's kind of just a slap in the face to Imagineers in general. Um, but again, you're looking at this building, and it just bugs the hell out of me. It honestly looks like a freaking Home Depot style building that you could go into Home Depot and say, "Yep, there it is. I want that Home Depot building right there." And you got two fantastic. Well, I can't speak to Tiana's. I'm sure it's great, but I still miss Splash Mountain. But two iconic attractions on either side: Haunted Mansion and formerly Splash Mountain, now Tiana's Bayou Adventure. And then right in the middle, you got this Home Depot shed, which looks weird. What do you guys think about this? This kind of just does not look right to me. The inside, again, I'm going to reiterate, the inside looks absolutely incredible. This thing looks absolutely incredible. Again, I don't want to, well, I'll play a little sound, but not too much. So as you guys can hear, it has the theme song in it, and that chandelier is absolutely incredible. I love how they aged the wood. The wood looks incredible, but just the outside looks very out of place. Hopefully they address that, and we're talking something so simple, but they need to do it because it sticks out like a sore thumb, and it's a big problem. Um, and then you know, I want to ask you guys as well, with all the updates happening in downtown Disney with Parkside Market officially opening, we got the Avengers e-ticket attraction alongside the other attraction that no one had any idea whatsoever that it was going to be a second attraction coming to Avengers Campus. And I want to ask you guys, I've had numerous conversations with Orange Grove 55, great friend of the channel. I've had him on the channel alongside Disney George, the Italiano, many times. And I've been on their show many times, and we've talked about it nonstop. How they've come to a conclusion that Avatar, which DCA Disney California Adventure is going to be getting Avatar, but they're thinking that they are going to put it in the Hollywood backlot. And I kind of said, well, if you look at how grand the Avatar land is going to be, because we all saw we saw a model of it at D23, and we're looking and we're like, okay, wait a second, something doesn't seem right here. We're looking at it, it looks grand, it looks beautiful, it looks exciting, it looks just absolutely immersive, and we're just talking about the model. They haven't even started building the damn thing yet. I just don't think the Hollywood backlot, even if they use the bus load and unload area from Toy Story, I just don't feel that's enough land to really make people believe they're in the world of Avatar. And with the monorail track being right in the middle of that land, it would cost the Disney company so much money to try to relocate that. So that's why I'm kind of feeling that they should locate Avatar into the Simba parking lot, where they have plenty of room to play with. They can make Avatar as grand as they need it to make it grand. It would make a lot more sense trying to transition from one land to another, because when you go into DCA, you're immediately on Vista Street. Yeah. And when you're walking down Vista Street, and then you try to make a left going towards the Hollywood backlot as it sits today, but trying to walk in that area if it was Avatar, does that even make sense to you? I kind of see it from Orange Grove 55. He made a comment. He's made multiple comments saying, well, they could rename DCA, keep the DCA part of the whole theme park, and just name the thing Disney Cinematic Adventure, which I could see that. But trying to transition from Buena Street to Avatar, I don't know if it makes sense. I would personally like to see it go into the Simba parking lot. I would personally like to see them put Zootopia in the Hollywood backlot, because it's kind of like a cityscape type land, as you can see from Shanghai Disney. I think it's Shanghai Disney that has it. And the monorail would fit perfectly. You wouldn't have any issues with it, because aesthetically it fits. They wouldn't have to hide the damn thing. They wouldn't have to move it, relocate it, none of that. It could stay right where it's at. I feel that would be beneficial. Alongside, they have talked about ripping out the oh my god, I'm drawing a blank here. The theater, the theater where they've hosted many shows, the Hyperion. I'm sorry, the Hyperion. And I said the OG a while back. I said, you know what? Why wouldn't they just extend Avengers Campus and build us a Iron Man roller coaster or some type of roller coaster that's themed to Avengers? I would love to see that. I think everyone would love to see that. It has a big enough footprint where it could be an Iron Man roller coaster. I would love to see it. I think it's more than possible to do it. It has a big enough footprint to fit that. What do you guys think? Would you guys want to see an Iron Man roller coaster or some type of Avengers roller coaster? I think it will work perfectly in that spot. But then other people are saying, well, if Avatar goes there, it's going to take over that footprint as well. I have a problem trying to transition from Buena Vista Street to, to Avatar. It seems out of place. And then right next to Avatar, you got Avengers Campus, which is completely futuristic in every aspect. I don't know. It doesn't seem right to me. It seems weird. It seems extremely weird to me to have that happen. So I don't know if it will or not. Going side with what's happening with the red car trolley. Now, hear me out. If they built Zootopia, let's say they built Zootopia in the Hollywood backline, they move their plans for Avatar to the cinema parking lot. Let's say they do that. You could keep the red car trolley. You could. It's more than possible to keep the red car trolley. Yes, you would have to relocate the maintenance shed, but that's easy to do. That's not hard. But you could keep the red car trolley. Now, will they? Who knows? It's anyone's guess. But I have to wonder, though, with all these theme parks, you got Universal, you got Disneyland, you got Six Flags, you got Knott's. It makes you wonder, though, in the next 3 years, are we really going to see that much improvement? And what I mean by that is like expansion. Disney, I love Disney. I've been going to Disneyland out here in SoCal since I was, 3 years old, 4 years old, maybe 5 years old. I don't even remember. But when I was a little kid, that's how long I've been going to Disneyland. And Disney has shown time and time again, sorry to say it, and I mean no disrespect, but it's just what we've seen. We've all seen it. Shortcuts, scale back of what was supposed to come, but way scaled back. Then we got them cutting entertainment. Then we got prices going up for not only parking, for food, for merch, for now the Lightning Lane multi-pass. You got ticket sales right now. They're running specials, but normally they're skyrocketed. Magic Key prices went up. It just makes you wonder how much compared to their counterpart Universal is going to build. Because I kind of feel by the time they build the Avengers Campus 2 attractions, by the time they build Avatar, by the time they build the Eastern Gateway project that has to be built first before any of these projects get started, and a Coco Dark Ride, I kind of feel Universal Hollywood is going to have 2 on-site hotels. They're going to have a possible multi different lands of expansion for the theme park, whether it's Harry Potter, Nintendo, a version of Dark Universe. I don't know. And then obviously our City Walk will come back alive. I don't feel like Universal City Walk is closing a lot of their retail locations or third party locations that they have rented out to these businesses just because there's a reason behind it. And I kind of feel, like I said at the beginning of the show, that they're going to revamp, they're going to redo that entire City Walk. And like I said, I would love to see a Red Coconut Club, or at least a version of it, come to our City Walk. Like I said, I'm constantly seeing on social media they're always catering to the holidays, having holiday events in that space. Or they're having annual pass holder takeover events, exclusive events at the Red Coconut Club, or they're having live entertainment in the Red Coconut Club. So I kind of feel that we need that here in Hollywood. I kind of feel that escape rooms was maybe not the best thing to put in our City Walk, especially where the Sombra location, or the former Sombra location, the Brazilian Steakhouse, once stood, which is literally the building that's connected to now Twosomes. I kind of feel that that was a big mistake. Now, I know a lot of people have criticized Universal Hollywood, saying, well, Universal Hollywood's tiny. It is tiny. Compared to Disneyland, it is tiny. But Universal is in the process, because they've tried many, many, many times to buy out the golf course across the way, been very unsuccessful for it. So what's the best way to fix that problem? Well, the best way to fix that problem is to buy out Warner Brothers, which is right across the street from Universal, and on Barham Road, which is literally right across the street from Universal. I actually did a tour of Warner Brothers with Tommy Toon World like 2 years ago, or a year ago. No, 2 years ago. It was a lot of fun. But what I'm getting at is, it's heavily talked about that Universal Pictures is going to buy out Warner Brothers. And if they do that, a lot of production, from what I understand, if it goes through, is going to move to the Warner Brothers lot, which means a lot of old sound stages, which is typically on the lower lot, behind Nintendo, behind Transformers, The Mummy, all those sound stages are going to be torn out for theme park expansion. And we're talking a lot of room for that, a lot of room. So, and you know, if they do that, I could see at least our Universal Park being at least a 2-day park, at least a 2-day park. I do agree we do need another show, because Waterworld is currently our only show. We had 2 other shows, but they got ripped out to make way for the Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. So maybe they'll bring back animal actors in some way. That would be something to look at. I would like to see maybe a Born Spectacular show come, or some type of entertainment show, so that way we don't just have Waterworld. So hopefully with theme park expansion they address that problem. So we'll have to wait and see. But again, Universal Hollywood is going through a massive transformation, and in the incoming months, we're going to see Universal Hollywood be like what Epcot was for a long time, where I used to call it Wall City. Wall City, basically, you look at Epcot when it was going through its massive transformation with Moana, the water, themed area, and just World Celebration getting redesigned, all that. It was basically all under construction, all behind construction walls. So basically, almost everywhere you walked in Epcot, it was walls everywhere. So it was freaking weird. And that's what Hollywood's going to be, because you're going to have walls pretty much everywhere. With Fast and Furious, you're going to have walls, well, you already have walls by the Mummy, the extended outdoor queue. You have walls there because they're digging into that hillside. You're going to have walls for the hotel project. You're going to have walls in City Walk. You're going to have walls almost everywhere. So, but it's a good thing. It means that Universal is investing money into the theme park, which is always a great thing for us as theme park guests. It's an amazing, absolute great thing to sit there and watch our beloved park transform. And I cannot even tell you how excited I am for that. With Fast and Furious, 2 on-site hotels. Because I have to tell you, I've stayed at the Hilton, and I'm probably going to stay at the Hilton at least once a year for HHN. Until the Universal hotels are built, then I'll stay at the Universal hotels, obviously. Because I kind of feel with the Universal hotels, they are going to offer better benefits for pass holders. They're going to offer better benefits for the Visa card holders that people have for Universal parks in general. I kind of feel that's why Universal kind of jumped on that train and basically started advertising and promoting in the parks and in City Walk about the Visa card. And the Visa card right now, they have a free annual fee card, or they have one that costs $95 to own a year. But they have like multiple designs. They have a Jurassic World theme. They have just recently they added an HHN themed card. They have just a basic Universal Studios Destination Experience theme card. I think they even have a Minions card as well, and I'm sure they're going to come out with different themes as well. Probably like a Harry Potter, Super Nintendo World, I can guess. So I kind of feel like these cards that are coming out are that have been advertised in the park and City Walk is meant for these hotels to offer better benefits, not only for Visa card holders, but for the annual passes for Universal Studios Hollywood. And I kind of feel like they do the same thing in Orlando with their hotels. So that's what we could be seeing here. So again, just the possibilities are just astronomical when it comes to that, to see what's going to happen in the next couple years. Again, I'm going to try to assess what's going on in Los Angeles right now. I don't think I'll be at Universal tomorrow, but I'm going to kind of think about it. It's only 8:45 here on the West Coast and where I'm at. So I definitely will take a look at it, and I will post if I'm going to be there tomorrow. I want to thank everybody, and I mean everybody, for joining tonight's Conductor Thursday live stream. And again, I want to reiterate, if you are in the LA area in Los Angeles and you lost your home, or you have family that's lost their home, or you have friends that lost their home, my thoughts and prayers go out to you all. I feel for you. I can't even imagine what you guys are going through right now. It must be horrendous. We had a couple of influencers on the chat tonight say that they're okay. Crystal and Chris, and Ian was one of them. I have a couple of friends that live in the LA area. I've been texting back and forth when I can to make sure they're okay. So I'm glad they're okay. Many influencers that we all know and love actually live in the LA area. I've been checking in with them constantly to make sure they're okay, and they are. But again, my thoughts and prayers go out to everybody dealing with the fires and the devastation, the destruction, the air quality. Many of you guys don't have power, uh, don't even have a home to go back to. So again, I am deeply saddened that you guys are going through that. I'm deeply grateful at the same time, though, that many of you have decided to not miss Conductor Thursday live stream. I wasn't even expecting this. There is 101 people in this live stream right now. 101 people. And I can't even tell you the love and support I feel right now for just everybody watching. It's absolutely incredible. I have no words to describe it. You guys, I basically work a 9 to 5 job. I work in retail. So to offer, doing these live streams every Thursday and to do live streams from Universal, to take pictures at Universal and hopefully at Disneyland, hopefully very soon when I can get a magic key again. It means so much to me. It means so much to me. And I want to thank you all. You all are absolutely amazing. And I respect you all. It means so much to me. So without further ado, thank you all for showing up for Conductor Thursday live stream tonight. Again, if you're in the LA area, my thoughts and prayers go out to you all. Hopefully everyone's safe. And please stay safe. And please, 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 just be respectful to each other. This is not the time to stir up politics and Republicans this, Democrats that. It's not the time for that right now. It really is not. Many people are suffering tonight and the last couple nights. It's not the time for that. So again, thank you all for joining tonight's live stream. I'm your host, Theme Park Conductor. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Bluesky at Theme Park Conductor. You can find me on X at Theme Conductor. And I will be posting, I'll make a post tonight for sure to let everybody know if I am going to be at Universal tomorrow. But if I don't post anything tonight, if you guys don't see it on my X, don't see it on my socials or YouTube, I probably will not be there tomorrow. It's only because of probably the air quality is not the greatest. And I rather wait another 2 weeks for the air quality to get a little bit better before I do so. So again, thank you all so much. Have a great night. Be safe. Be kind to one another. And I will see you guys next Thursday on Conductor Thursday live stream. Have a great night, everybody.